Madam Chairman. And before I begin, I would ask unanimous consent to submit Ranking Member Katko's statement for the record.
No objection. Thank you.
Sheriff, I want to thank you for joining us this afternoon. In your opening statement, you mentioned some statistics. Also want to cite some troubling statistics that have been provided by the Department of Homeland Security. Fiscal year 2021, CBP encountered a record number of immigrants along the southwest border, 1.73 million. Fiscal year 2022, we are on track to surpass that number. In the first 5 months, we have encountered 838,000 immigrants. And current estimates are that we encountered over 200,000 immigrants in March of 2022, bringing during the first 6 months of fiscal year 2022, bringing that number to over 1 million immigrants encountered across that southwest border. We've seen reports recently that DHS, after the expiration of Title 42, is preparing for the potential increase of as many as 18,000 immigrant encounters every day. Some 2.5 to 3 times higher than the number of encounters that we are currently facing. We know that Title 42 has been successful. We saw it implemented under the administration of President Donald Trump. Under the original administration, over 90% of immigrants will return to their country of origin under Title 42. We've seen under the Biden administration, we've seen that number drop. But it is still above 50. 55% of immigrants that are encountered today by the Department of Homeland Security are returned to their country of origin under Title 42. We know that in outdoor circumstances that the use of Title 42, that an immigrant can be processed within as little as 15 minutes. And so now here, as we are within just 6 weeks, a little over 6 weeks of Title 42 coming to an end on May the 23rd, Sheriff, I want to ask you, as a 38-year law enforcement officer, someone who has dedicated your entire career to protecting your community at the southwest border, your continued daily interaction with Border Patrol, with the Department of Homeland Security, my question to you is, are we prepared to deal with the surge of immigrants that the Department of Homeland Security is predicting? Can we in any shape, form, or fashion process anywhere close to 18,000 immigrants coming across our border every day? And 18,000 immigrants in over a 30-day period is over 500,000 immigrants in an individual month. And so are we prepared to deal with that surge of immigrants coming across the border?
Member Gress, I will say this: no, we are not. What we're not talking about when it comes to our southern border is the rule of law. We're also not talking about border security. We are turning this into 2 separate programs. We have immigration, we have border security. And sadly, border security has been set aside, the absent words within our border. So talking to my fellow agents, talking to the federal leadership with Border Patrol, working with our communities, we are outpaced here on the southern border right now. We run details right now every day, costing my county $17,000 a week, just trying to help Border Patrol and keep our communities safe. From the fair to yields, the juvenile smugglers, the adult smugglers, the repetitive crime, home invasions, murder, you name it, we're seeing it down here, and we're not exempt. This is happening all along our southern border. Right now, we need to get a handle on the rule of law, support our borders, support our men and women wearing the badge, and address immigration. We're missing the rule of law here and border security.
And Sheriff, during your opening statement, you also gave some individual examples about cases where we had seen immigration, illegal immigrants come across the border, and the impact that it had had on your citizens directly. And so my question is, with Title 42 setting to expire, with the number of immigrants we believe that will dramatically increase, 2 things. One, what impact will this have on your community personally? And then what impact will this have on both human trafficking and drug smuggling?
Well, Member Gress, the first thing I would say is this, that we need to understand smuggling comes with criminal cartels. These transnational organizations, they have no respect for Americans, have no respect for communities that we're talking about today. And it's going to be a huge impact. We're already outpaced, like I said a few minutes ago. We're already overwhelmed in these rural communities. There's 31 counties along the southwest border. 20 are considered rural, like mine. We don't have the resources. All I hear is we're talking about CDC, folks, I'll just say in the last 18 months, I don't recall Dr. Fauci or anybody from CDC talking about our southern border and what law enforcement's been addressing when it comes to the health pandemic down here. I would argue that all day. Nobody has talked to us, and that's a big concern to sheriffs. We have tried to reach out to this administration to include letters to the President of the United States, and it's gone on deaf ears. It's intellectual avoidance. So if I say I'm frustrated, if I say my fellow sheriffs are frustrated, that'd be an understatement. So we are concerned because there's not a collective action, there's not a collective shared plan, and there's not a collective message, especially starting in communities with this administration.
The gentleman's time has expired. I also want to point out that there's not a prediction that there's going to be 18,000 migrants a day. The committee, rather the department,